Welcome back to Chasing the Target. We usually talk a lot about Indian cricket over like the last 6-8 months. India की cricket की बात करें, India, New Zealand, India, Sri Lanka, India, Australia, IPL, and this and that. But then in the middle we had a good break with the Ashes up. 2nd August, obviously, there's been an amazing tournament that's been going on called the Hundered, where each I think Mustafa will explain it better because I didn't know about this till like a few weeks ago or something like that. But it is a very fun tournament, a very fun format. A lot of big names in that league like Shaheen Afridi, Butler, Chris Jordan, and obviously Bairstow, the main man of the Ashes. So I'm handing it over to you, Mustafa. Like, first of all, how are you finding the 100 this year? Because you've been following it since the last 2 years, and what exactly is the format for like people like me?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, cricket in England is always a lot of fun. Look,
Yeah.
initially when the tournament started, किसी को समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. It was taking some time. The lingo is a bit different as well. There's different, it's not the strike rate is not about overs. It's about the balls. Now it's
Mm.
like, and if you see, it's not called an over. It's called a set, and you
Set.
have a set of 5 deliveries. Each set is 5 balls, and one bowler is allowed to bowl 10 on the trot, I think. And that's how it's pretty much done. 100 ball ka tournament hai, 100 ball ka match hota. It's slam bang from ball one, Baz ball from ball one, looking
Mm.
to attack. If you see, in the past, we've seen some really good players. Josh Butler, even this season, Josh Butler. This season, we also have Shaheen, Afridi, Haris,
Yeah.
Rauf,
Yeah.
Chris Jordan, apne kafi players, Tim David. All these guys are playing this season as well with some really close games. The Welsh Fire, they lost yesterday against Southern Brave. That was a very good match, very tight. But in the end, Welsh Fire couldn't chase it down. They needed three off the last ball. David Willey was batting pretty well, lekin 30 of something. But last ball pe unhe boundary nahi maar saka. But Welsh Fire do have a very good bowling attack. Haris Rauf and Shaheen Shah Afridi. Their Manchester Originals, London Spirit getting off to a slow start again.
Mm.
London Spirit against Oval, that London derby, that was a very close game. Usme bhai, I think 10 बॉल में 25 या 30 रन मारना था. नारायण लास्ट सेट में आई थिंक ही नीडेड 15-16 रन, उन्हें मार दिया, 2 बाउंड्रीज एंड 6,
Damn.
and he won it for them. That was a really good game too. So overall, it's been fun, close games as well. Not really high scoring scores, but like 140 150 of 100 balls. It's been very good. In England में आपको मालूम है, like मजा तो आता, crowds भी आते, the pitches are good, conditions are good. We see some good swing bowling. I don't know if you saw Shaheen Afridi, man,
Oh, that
in that
first day.
first game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
getting the ball to swing in, getting some really good shape. We saw Rayan Ahmed yesterday. He was also getting some wickets. Acha bowling kara unhe. So there's some good spin bowling, some good fast bowling, and then batting on offer. To aapko malum hai wahan pe Josh Butler, Phil Salt, apne
Devon
Tim
Conway
David,
hai. Yeah,
Devon
Devon
Conway.
Conway. Lots of
There's
yeah.
quite a few players on show. So yeah, it's been a fun tournament so far, and I'm enjoying it because there's some really good cricketers too.
Implementing this, I mean this tournament in general, agar मैं देख रहा हूँ 100 deliveries, the pressure is on, आपको every ball counts. This really helps like in every kind of format if you look at it, which I think England somewhere are showing us in test cricket. 50-over format in the middle overs जहाँ पे आपको accelerate करना है उसमें भी काम आता है, and in T20 cricket तो is mostly more or less this only, but it is a very good place where people can sort of come and spread out their wings and showcase their talent in pressure situation, and the constant pressure on the trot makes people like more like capable of coming into any team. And I think ये format को इतना, I don't know why, I personally feel इतना traction नहीं है, but if this opens something like this in India, oh ho कितना मजा आता था 100 बॉलों में भाई, 100 बॉल everyone, because everybody अब shorter format में घुस जा रहे, T20 में घुस जा रहे. पहले T40 was the shorter format, फिर T20 आया, and then now T20 more or less everybody can still have the attention span of watching it. But yeah, 100 looks like a very fun format where, again, like you said, some brilliant bowling, some brilliant catches as well, and some brilliant innings as well to look
Yeah,
forward to.
they actually looking to abolish the format because अब उतना attraction नहीं मिल रहा उसको. I think
Yeah.
India में popular अभी हुआ नहीं वो. If you see
Yeah.
England do innovate like these kind of games. T20 भी 2001-2 when we were young, that's when that NatWest T20 blast started. That's when we started initially seeing T20 cricket 2003-4 में. And we didn't understand what that was, but we started liking it, and then we had the World Cup and the IPL. अब 100 में because it's similar to T20, maybe people are not really watching it, but in England it's popular because one thing that they've done which is very positive is कि पूरे England players को खेलना है. If you see
Yeah.
Ashes खत्म हो गया, वो खत्म हो गया, T20 Blast खत्म हो गया, county cricket खत्म कर दिया. The focus in the next 2-3 weeks is just 100. So you have the top English players playing. So that is one advantage that they have. Yes, there is no Indian players. There's there, which is a disadvantage for them, and they can't attract the Indian population, which is the biggest
Yeah.
market in cricket. Lekin at least the England players are there, which makes it more competitive. That's why we're watching it as well, right? Like, you know, Shaheen Afridi to Josh Butler, that contest you want to see, and we saw that recently. It's a very absorbing contest, and that I think allows the people, the locals over there, at least to go and watch the game because they have their stars playing. BBL में problem क्या था? Australian players नहीं खेल रहे थे. They were playing a test match against South Africa. They were playing a test match against West Indies. So I think that's one thing that the 100 has. And also change. We're not adaptable to change. Any human being थोड़ा time लगता है. Yes, I know this is the third year, but अभी भी revenue generate नहीं हो रहा है उस हिसाब से. But I think local wise, ground wise, people are coming in to watch it. So locally it's getting popular, and I think we're a few games away of seeing more packed crowds and people enjoying, and just आप बोले quality तो है on display.
Yeah, बिल्कुल. अरे भाई क्वालिटी के अलावा भी अगर मैं सोच लुकिंग इनटू मोर ऑफ इट, जैसा आप बोले कि ना एशेस के प्लेयर्स खेल चुके हैं, स्टफ लाइक दैट, परफेक्ट टाइमिंग है बिकॉज़ समर हॉलीडेज, आई थिंक वहां पे समर चल रहे हैं, पीपल कम आउट, पूरा पैकिंग लंचेस एंड कमिंग एंड सिटिंग एंड एंजॉयिंग क्रिकेट. अगर वो हिसाब से देख रहा हूँ इंडिया में, अगर सोचो आप संडे टू संडे, संडे लीग सिस्टम बना दिए 100 बॉल, इवन इन अ डोमेस्टिक सर्किट, रांची के लेवल पे बोल रहा हूँ मैं, 100 बॉल टूर्नामेंट बताओ कितना नहीं चलेगा. बोलो लाइक 100 बॉल संडे पे आके खाली मैच देखो, 2 घंटे जाते हैं आपके, बट आपको क्वालिटी क्रिकेट देखने को मिल रही है, बट 100 डिलीवरीज है. आई एम प्रीटी श्योर लाइक अगर बीसीसीआई ये बात सुन रही है, छीन लिया आइडिया मेरे को थोड़ा, यू नो, दे शुड गिव मी द,
मगर वही है चेंज, राइट? अब फिर इंडियन क्रिकेटर्स को कन्विंस करना पड़ता है, वो करना पड़ता है. इट्स नॉट टू डिसिमिलर दो, लाइक फ्रॉम T20 क्रिकेट. इट्स जस्ट दे आर चेंजिंग द वर्ड.
द वाइब इज, या द वाइब्स आर लाइक डिफरेंट, बट
लाइक आपको सेट है, ओवर नहीं है. इट्स रन्स पर, इफ यू सी द स्ट्राइक रेट इज रन्स पर बॉल. इफ यू सी इकोनॉमी 3, economy 2, like how is it 3-2 economy? It's because 3 runs per ball, it's not per over. तो थोड़ा सा अलग रहता है, लेकिन once you watch a few games you get used to it. Like now I understand the thing. Even for my dad initially he was like क्या है ये tournament, but now he enjoys it. I think it's good cricket to watch, especially in the summer, and when you have high quality players who
high intensity, and high intensity, high octane, and like everybody just per ball, हर like T20 में भी every ball count, but still आप over के उससे सोचते हैं कि हाँ 20 over है, यहाँ पे 100 ball, and you see the like the playing with the words kind of such a word play जो बोलते हैं ना, over है तो ये थोड़ा बहुत satisfied है कि हाँ 20 over, अभी 100 balls बोल दिया मैं तो it sort of changes the context, जाके 20 balls का फर्क है.
एंड थोड़ा सा मिक्स रहता है. अब जैसा एक बॉलर, आई थिंक परसों शाहीन 10 ऑन द ट्रॉट डाल दिया. यू डोंट सी दैट इन क्रिकेट, यू नो, 10 balls in one over,
10 balls in one over.
We haven't seen something like that. So it's something that is a bit different. And also you were talking about like the 100 ball thing. Also sometimes the cricket is such a beautiful game ki you want to hit from ball one, the pitch doesn't allow you, the conditions don't allow you. So like इसमें भी आप देखो, like जो games हुए अभी 140 150, you expect like 200 of 100 balls, you expect 220 of 100 balls, but sometimes the conditions don't allow you, the opposition doesn't allow you, the bowling, the batting. So it's still cricket, right? There's still a contest between bat and ball. It's not just favoring the batsman. Yes, there will be times where उन लोग 190 200 मार देंगे opposition, लेकिन so far we've seen an even contest between bat and ball. And in England I think because of the pitch and condition, that makes it even more absorbing, more fun, because there is something in it for the spinners, there's something in it for the fast bowlers, and for the batters too, if they apply themselves. I don't think you have to really build your innings. You can still be aggressive, but sometimes the pitch causes you to slow down a bit, right? तो वैसा भी है.
वाह, अब सोच रहे तो और सोच रहे सूर्य कुमार खेला अगर ये फॉर्मेट और कोई और हो गया. I mean again it's just 20 overs, but balls, you know, like the balls thing is really playing with my head, like अरे overs नहीं balls है, but it's obviously more or less they'll play it like a, you know, कितना की 10 12 13 over game probably, but it's just fun to see. And again 10 balls back to back देखना. So the format again, it's 6 teams in this format, where you have like Trent Rockets, who are champion of 2021 if I'm not wrong. Then Wildfire, Oval Invincible, Southern Brave, who I think the second year champion, Birmingham Phoenix, Northern Superchargers, London Spirit, and Manchester Original. I think Josh Butler is a part of that. So the format is similar to like you play the whole league and then the top
home and away. The home and away, and then your playoffs, I think, like the IPL. I think
So
it's like that. Yeah,
eliminator, I think there's an
yeah.
eliminator and then a final. So
I
okay,
think
so
so. Yeah. The so it's you play each other home and away, and I think like London Spirit, their home is the Lord's Oval. Invincible, it's Oval.
oh,
Manchester, it's Old Trafford. I think Northern Super Giants, it's Leeds up north, and
oh,
then Southern.
danger.
I don't know if it's Southampton or where it is. I'm not sure about that. Birmingham, so it's Edgbaston, and आपका Welsh Fire is Cardiff. So
Uh-huh.
you have to go home and away. You have to go to those grounds and play each other. And yeah, it's fun. I think Manchester Originals, they were playing the Welsh Fire in Cardiff. That was a good game. वहाँ पे भाई even परसों जो हारिस रऊफ बॉल डाला, जबरदस्त बॉल डाला था कल, sorry.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean it's a lot of fun home and away format, and get to see the biggest players on display. Yesterday's game, like I said, the David Willie match, that was really good, and the way
Yeah, Chris
Tymal Mills
Jordan.
bowled, man, yeah,
Yeah,
Chris
Diamond
Jordan,
Mills.
Yeah, Tymal Mills bowled really well in the death. Like they need, there wasn't too many runs to play with, but very good death bowling, good Yorkers, and you have 5 balls to bowl, and yeah, you have to be dead accurate, at times in the death overs like T20 cricket, and he was outstanding, man, yesterday. Kya zabardast bowling kara, and he's someone who's a specialist T20 bowler, so I think he's liking this format.
Yeah, 100%. As we speak, there is obviously one match going on where Manchester Original versus London Spirit, and Spirit, chose to field. It's 3 for no loss, 6 balls of 100 balls already. Phil Salt and Josh Butler starting the opening. कितना
Yeah,
देखने में कितना मजा आ रहा कि भाई Phil Salt, and I think in London Spirit you've got Zach Crawley, you've got Dan Lawrence, you've got Ravi Bopara.
Zach.
Oh, Ravi
Yeah, so
Bopara.
I was gonna say Ravi Bopara. I saw him play. I can't believe it. I've been watching him for 15 years.
Yeah.
परसों उन्हें बैटिंग भी करा, बॉलिंग भी करा लंदन स्पिरिट के लिए. उन्हें भी खेल रहा अभी भी जबरदस्त
Yeah.
मिस्टर
Uh,
रावी.
Yeah, and there's also for like people joining us, like obviously there's a women's version of the 100 as well. जहाँ पे Smriti Mandhana, I think 70 runs मारी कुछ
Smiths.
कल.
Yeah.
Yeah, she smashed it completely yesterday, and it's fun. Like
They
it's
lost the game though,
expanding.
right?
Yeah, I think no, they won the game. I think yesterday. Oh, no, they
Okay.
lost. They lost. They lost. You're right. I think they lost. Either two,
Yeah.
but right now, yeah, Manchester Originals versus London Spirit चल रहा है, and people can
There's
tune
a
in. And
few players who dropped out actually. I think London Spirit had Wood and Glenn Maxwell and stuff as well. They because of injuries and stuff, they're not playing. They तो और अच्छा रहता था, crazy रहता था
yeah,
if they were playing.
but today's team on display, there's still like a lot of good players. And there's Jamie Overton, there's Josh Little from Ireland, there's Ashton Turner as well. There's from London Spirit, they've got Nathan Ellis, they've got
Matthew
Darren
Wade.
Wade, they've got Adam Rosington, who was also a part of the BBL. I
Yeah.
think he also a fantastic player. So I mean, it's just shame. Like a lot of people, I mean, I also like, including myself, like I'm not watching this just for a long time, but now I just like feel like I should get into it, because even when you're looking at the ground, it's packed. It's a lot of people watching. It's exciting. Obviously, like you said, the difference of overs and balls, that makes difference, and run rate per balls, run rate per over, the economy per over. It just adds to the flavor of cricket.
Yeah, and you still see proper cricketing shots. I remember the London derby, the London Spirit was over. And Sam Billings came in and उन्हें कड़क shots खेल रहा था, straight
Yeah,
drives and
Billings.
like
Yeah.
proper cricketing shots. So you do see that. Of course, you'll see sweeps and scoops and all that. Like, you still see some proper cricketing shots. It's still 100 balls that you have to play. So you'll see some good proper batting as well. It's not just slam bang. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's been good. So running between the wickets becomes very important. 2s into 3s, 1s into 2s also is very important, not just the boundaries.
And that's what it is. As an overall cricketer, you can, if I think about it more, कि जितना भी मैं सोचे, आप हर element improve करना पड़ता है in terms of pressure only. Like you said, turn ones into two, so that will automatically impact your game in the 50-over format, in the test over format, in the. So it's actually a very good competition. Like now that I'm thinking again, it's not that far fetched from T20, but it's just somehow it's adding more pressure because of that word play that they have in it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it adds a different element. You have to get used to it a bit. Magar maza aata. And then when you get close games, so then everyone, it catches your
Yeah.
eye, right? Like,
Yeah.
and so far there have been pretty close games. And kabhi kabhi baarish spoil kar deta. Lekin I think we had 1 or 2 games washed out, especially in the
Yesterday,
women's game. Yeah,
today
but
also, yeah, I think.
yeah, but it's always when the games get close, so you always want to watch. And England में तो cricket जो भी रखो यार, crowds आते हैं. T20 blast में भी था, अभी 100 में भी आएंगे crowds. Like you said, छुट्टियां चल रहे, तो that
Yeah.
adds to the occasion. It's a lot of fun. I remember last year, bro, Harry Kane came for one of the London
Oh.
Spirit games. He wore the jersey, and halftime he was like,
Yeah, he's
hitting
a
some
very
sixes.
he's a big fan of cricket. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
so
met
like,
Virat Kohli also, I think. Yeah, in one of
yeah,
the.
so like
Yeah.
he has So you have those people coming in. They bring people from football to come and watch too. And yeah, summer cricket is a summer sport in England, so something different. And I think the locals are catching on to it, and it's high time. Hopefully, we also catch on to it, because we don't know how long it's going to last. This might be the last season. There might be one more season. We don't know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
maza to aa raha, bhai. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think from a futuristic point of view, I think it should stick on, because I think right now a lot limited people, and I don't know how much they marketed it, how well they marketed. And again, I think like you said, jab tak Indian players, and once India makes their own format, then it will blow out of the window, right? Like when
Yeah.
India turned to this 100 format, उनने अपना बना के December to January February सोचो भाई इंडिया का वेदर, और अगर 100 डाल दिए, चायों पे चाया, और खाली चाया और 100 बॉल्स देखने को आ रहे खाली, like probably 2 घंटे 2.5 घंटे 3 घंटे मैक्स.
या एग्जैक्टली. मैं इन लोग का देख रहा था फर्स्ट. ट्रेंट रॉकेट्स का पहला गेम था आई थिंक. उन लोग की बैटिंग भाई बहुत ज्यादा स्टैक्ड है. एंड बट इट वाज सैम हेन हु केम इन हिट 63. बट उनका टॉप ऑर्डर देखो, एलेक्स हेल्स, डेविड मेलान, कैडमोर, मनरो. दैट इज सम
Oh,
स्टैक.
Cadmore is also a very good. ILT20 से देख रहा हूँ मैं उसको.
And then for the
Fantastic
finishers, they
stuff.
have Sam Hain, Gregory, Imad Wasim, Daniel Sams. So they've got some good all-rounders too. तो वो भी अच्छी team at Trent Rockets. It's a good team to watch.
Yeah.
But my team
From
is Manchester Originals.
Yeah, you like the Chos boss, huh?
Yeah, we have to support any team from Manchester, bro.
Manchester, but the
Yeah.
original Manchester, huh? Right away.
It's weird because like my mother supported London teams. My dad supported Manchester team. He studies where you live, right? So like yeah, I just support Manchester. I didn't live anywhere, but like I
Yeah.
like the Lancashire also
You
is a team
you
that I
live in
like.
the Oval, the Oval.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But yeah, it's good today. Abhi, I think Cash scored 24-0. Butler is there on with Phil Salt, two of the most aggressive batsmen you'll see in world
you
cricket.
know what I really like to see in this tournament, honestly, because I've seen a recent interview, video with those guys who are the villagers. Yeah, the villagers. I think I
Yeah,
would really
village
like to
cricket.
see.
Yeah.
I would really like to see Ben Stokes in this format. मजा आता था Ben Stokes को देखने ये format में कि
He
भाई
played
उन्हें
the first year of the first couple of seasons. First season for sure. I saw him play. He was, I think, with the Northern Super Giants. He was in that team, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, of course, अब ashes हुआ, इन्हें मार्कोट थोड़ा सा लाइट ले रहे, but आ जाएंगे. I think जो रूट भी आ जाएगा मेरे हिसाब से. लेकिन yeah, they will play, I'm sure, at some point.
So
But Ben Stokes we might have
it's a
seen.
good retirement format as well. Like for people who are just tired of like playing 50 and test matches, just come retire, play 100 balls, go home. That's
Yeah,
it.
100%. I mean, like, there's other leagues. We saw the American League that was pretty decent. We saw the
Yeah.
GT20 not too great, but this is like you still have a lot of cricketers on show, like some high quality cricketers. So, and like I said, because the England players are playing, it makes it more interesting. Livingston कौन सी team में है कि उन्हें उसको भी देखना है मेरे को. He's a beast, bro. Like, but yeah, there's like a lot of good cricketers, and England are the best team in the world in T20 cricket, right? And if they're all playing this kind of format, it'll make it. Of course, it's going to be fun to watch, and the approach that they have is no nonsense mentality. आके ball once strike करो, so it makes it more exciting in that way.
I think Liam Livingston is in Birmingham Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken.
Livingston, yeah, तो उन्हें भी है
He's a
भाई.
peaky blinder. मोइन अली भी है यार, मोइन अली भी है उसमें.
Yeah.
Harry
He's in
Brooks भी है
Birmingham.
भाई. ये मैं
Yeah.
Henry Brooks, sorry, Henry Brooks है, not Harry. Sorry, my bad. Chris
Harry
Wokes is
Brook
there.
कहाँ है कि?
Kane Richardson, Chris Wokes, Shadab Khan is in that team as well. Ben Duckett is in that team as well, the Birmingham Wally team.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Babar Azam here, but he's playing in the LPL.
He's killing it in
was
the
back-
Lanka Premier League, bro. He's mad at
Colombo
59%,
Strikers.
and that guy is just getting better with each day. I mean, obviously, he's a very fantastic cricketer, but they
And this
play
is where
Sri Lanka
first
and India,
Pakistan,
man.
the Pakistan players, you have to credit them that they go in these places and this is where they learn. Like, we always surprised by Pakistan kaisa aa gayi final mein, Pakistan kaisa aa gayi semi-final mein, because they play in these different conditions. They rub shoulders with different players, like, Shaheen and Haris, yeah, they're playing the same team, but they're playing alongside some high-quality players. They're playing against Butler, in English conditions. They're playing in different things. Shadab the other day was in America, now he's in England. अलग पिचेस पे खेल रहे हैं आप, अलग टीम्स के साथ खेल रहे हैं, एंड इट्स नॉट इजी भाई. हम लोग जब ट्रैवल करते परेशान आते भाई, कल नया जगह जाना है, कल इधर जाना है. इन लोग ट्रैवल करके खेल रहे भी अलग इन फॉरेन प्लेसेस, सो दैट आई थिंक strengthens you as a person. It develops your character too. It allows you to
acclimatization of different countries.
Makes you more flexible as a cricketer too. So I think that's where you have to credit the Pakistan players, and hopefully one day Indian players also, like you mentioned, even if they're Ranji players, they can go and play in these conditions. It will will develop them, it will make them better players,
बिल्कुल.
because you're away from home, you have to struggle a bit, and you have to play in foreign conditions against foreign people with foreign people.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why Pakistan cricket is still improving despite them playing such less games, right? Internationally
Hmm.
उन लोग उतना
Hmm.
खेलते नहीं as a unit, but अगर आप देखें, आप कभी अमेरिका में खेल रहे, कभी लंदन, कभी कनाडा, it develops the character, and then they come and play as a unit, and you can see they all pass each
Yeah,
other, like
because
whatever
it gets
experiences they
it
have.
gets easy to even have a good balance in the dressing room ना, because आप आप mingle कर लेते हैं, आपको एक mentality मालूम हो जाती है, temperament मालूम हो जाता है, बाहर के लोग हैं कैसे, like देसी देसी पाकिस्तान, like we still mingle anywhere, अरे भाई भाई बोल के, but like आप जब foreigner से खेले थोड़ा बहुत, you have to get used to the way they think and stuff like that, and obviously coming to different countries आप समझते हैं कि भाई अच्छा ये है, अब आप जब इंडिया से कनाडा गए या कहीं से भी गए, आप थोड़ा हिचकिचाते हैं, अरे भाई बाहर का कंट्री, बट आप एक बार हो गए तो फिर आपको मैं कनाडा से फ्रांस भी भेज दिया तो आप यूज तो यार, इट्स लाइक दैट.
Yeah.
तो वो हिसाब से एक साइकोलॉजी भी वो हो जाती है, और आप फिजिकल कंडीशनिंग भी हो जाती है ऑब्वियसली आपकी, बट
Yeah,
वही
and
है
you
लाइक इफ
improve
वी
as a
कम.
player.
Yeah, and if you come in India and make this 100 format, if or Ranji at least, don't even think of IPL, just strictly just Ranji players, and just to try to think, make a team and just send it. Like maybe just start having this outsourced Indian thing, like aim homegrown in India, and then like maybe I don't know, futuristically अगर मैं सोच रहा हूँ, maybe all the boards can each country has one T20 team, each country has one like thing, and then they make a league of that, and then you can play like this team represents India, this team represents Pakistan, this team represents Sri Lanka from the Ranji divisions, and everybody's playing it out in different countries. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. It'll be good, and that's the thing. Like you play in different
Two
places,
ideas,
you'll improve
two
your game.
ideas, BCCI. If you're quoting us on this, you have to give us credit. But yeah, I mean that's still far fetched to be again commercial business activities. वो तो रहेंगा ही. But for sure, ये जो 100 tournament है, I mean, yeah, the terminologies are different. It's more or less T20, but it's just vibes. Very honestly, it's vibes. It's excitement. It's intense. जल्दी 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 खेलो balls. And जब आप run rate देखते हैं, आप run rate balls के साथ और हिचकिचाते. When you're in the middle and you're looking at the scoreboard, you're looking at that 15 balls out of 100, and और हैबत
Yeah.
होती कि oh shit, I'm missing a
Salt अभी
ball
दो
every
छक्के
ball.
उड़ा दिया and 2 deliveries to Dawson.
Yeah,
He just
he's
hit two
he's
sixes.
crazy. Also on the point of T20 cricket, what IPL के Mike Henson and क्या बोलते हैं संजय बंगर को RCB let go कर दिया.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Andy Flower आ गया
Andy
उधर
Flower आ
RCB.
गया. Yeah, what are your
There's
thoughts on
rumors
that?
that Mike Hassan might come Sunrisers, but
नहीं
I
यार
don't.
नहीं यार, I don't want him, bro. This guy's
Uh,
marketing.
there's also, I saw Sunrisers can choose from him, Ravi Shastri. There's and some other players, some other
रवि शास्त्री,
coaches too.
I would have रवि शास्त्री any day, bro. F1 का देखो कैसा मार्केट कराने, मैं बोल रहा हूँ आप सबको, F1 में आ जाओ, सही
Yeah.
जगह ये.
Yeah. I mean, Mike Hassan, I was a bit surprised, man, because they invested a lot in him. He was coach and then he was director of cricket. Even during COVID times, he stuck with the team. He came to India early. He was doing a lot of preparation. But RCP, man, without trophies, they're going to keep making changes. जब तक हम लोग trophy नहीं जीते, they're going to try to experiment and try to get the thing. But yeah, I was a bit surprised because I thought he was someone, if you see him speak also, he's like a cricket nerd. Like he's like a professor of cricket, right? He has a lot of knowledge, but I guess because the results are not there, they had to move on from him. So yeah, I didn't expect it, but I understand where they're coming from. IPL is a type of place where it's very short. Like you get hired and fired like this. He'll get another opportunity somewhere, I'm sure.
I forgot which former RCB player it was, but he said like that dressing room mentality is different. I mean, now probably this year you could see कि हाँ भाई ज़्यादा togetherness थी, but apart from that, like they just don't really like. I don't know what it is. The vibe isn't like a winning. के भाई, yeah, they try to put everything out on the field and stuff, but just within the vibe, within the team vibes, it's not that great within the dressing. I forgot which legend it was from RCB, like. But he just mentioned like probably that's one of the reasons that they're not getting a proper formula of maintaining a good dressing room, and like there's like senior players and then the mingling is a little bit like
Yeah,
either
and
other.
also like they're into branding, social media. Even Sunrisers
Yeah.
now they've got into the social media game. Rajasthan Royals, it's kind of affected their game too. Like like I mean, I don't think that's directly the reason, but RCB is more about building a brand, building like a fan
I'm
base and
pretty sure a
everything.
lot of people will call out on you on Harry Brooks, and then they'll start saying Harry Brook ke wajah se aa rahe. But yeah, I mean we still have two IPLs, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, so like like with RCP, that's the thing, right? Like you've had players who have come to the franchise and then they've gone
Yeah,
somewhere else and won, right? Like
yeah.
हमारे साथ कितने की युवराज इन लोग जो खेले RCB
Irfan
में
Pathan.
आके
हाँ, इतना ही।
जीत लाइक जो आरसीबी में खेले सनराइज में आके जीत गए लाइक इवन इन अदर टीम्स मोइन अली he played in RCB he went and won in Chennai so like you know
Yeah.
there is something there that within the group when a certain player goes there so it's not just a certain player that is causing you to lose or anything like that जिससे भाई इनके पास player नहीं है player है मगर वो time पे जो collective as a unit उन लोग they're not being able to get the results and that's maybe because of the team bonding maybe that's because of the team practice maybe it's just the way the structure of the team I don't know what it is I don't know what the problem is and they
I
were
think
close a couple of times but um, in
they
the
should just
last few
try
years it's been
just
disappointing.
try letting go of Virat Kohli to Delhi, so Delhi will get happy and probably then like RCB. So yeah, I mean, but
You know,
again,
at
it's
times
just a
I thought
go.
that maybe Virat Kohli is the problem, but the thing is, even with Virat Kohli, they've
He's
had
doing
some
800 runs, man. What's he going to
yeah,
do? He's making
no, they've
8.
had some sensational seasons. They reached the final
Yeah.
twice with Virat Kohli, right?
Yeah.
Um, so he is not the problem or anything, but yeah, I think when you don't cross the line at that time, when you reach the finals two, three times, then like of course it's not every time you're going to make it to the finals.
Also, I think it's the planning before the auction. Like for example, आप बैलेंस स्ट्राइक नहीं कर पाते कभी आरसीबी टीम में, कभी ज्यादा बैटिंग रहती, कभी कम कम बैटिंग रहती, कभी ज्यादा बॉलिंग हो जाती, कभी कम बॉलिंग. ऑलराउंडर्स तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं रहते उन लोगों
But
के पास. It's
first,
दोनों को
उन
देखना
लोग pressure भी handle नहीं करते.
नहीं कर
Maybe that's
पाते.
because pressure of the franchise or
ग्राउंड.
pressure of the thing. Like you know, maybe ऊपर से pressure आ रहा or just the ground, whatever it is. They don't under pressure situation so many times. I remember Andre Russell. They needed 80 of 30. Kolkata something उन्हें मार दिया भाई Chinnaswamy में. You can't let it, like whoever it is. How are you
Yeah,
letting him score that many
yeah,
runs? Like you
yeah.
know, so they let it slip at crucial times. At that time, you can call out the captaincy, you can call out the bowlers as well. But these players in other tournaments and other franchises have done very well. So
Hmm.
it's a bit difficult. Hasaranga, for example, he won the Asia Cup, but then RCB में आके पड़ जाता है उन्हें. So like it's hard to describe what the problem is.
Hmm. 100%. I mean, it's just been a very big problem with them over the times, and like again with teams like Delhi, you've seen it with teams like they're not just like the RCB is the only team that's not won an IPL, but they're the ones who've come consistently most closest to winning and just not been able to sort of execute a final. But again, IPL का छोड़ो 100 के ऊपर अगर focus करें, I think this format, like if they properly utilize it in a good structure and stuff, it could be benefiting for domestic players 100%. And it's just fun, man. Like really, when I saw Shaheen's first over on that other day, I was like, shit, in a World Cup, Asia Cup में मत डाल देने वाला है, bro.
Yeah, and Zabardast is getting the ball to shape in proper in swinging deliveries and beat the batsman all ends up. I think it was who was on commentary, Dominic Cork. I don't remember who was on commentary, but he said that this guy is the best bowler in the world, man. He's just
It's
incredible and
incredible, bro. Like
it's fun
he's
to watch.
that first over of Mitchell Stark. If I'm scared of anyone else's first over apart from Mitchell Stark, I'd say it shines.
Yeah, man. I'm already wondering Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, kaisa khelenge. I don't know if KL
I can
Rahul will be
already
there, but
imagine. I can already imagine Edge in a drop at slip or a caught at slip. Like that's the
yeah, like
two outcomes
they
that I
will
can imagine.
create
Or like
chances.
like moving into the right-handed bowl. Like you can see that.
Yeah.
Like same thing with Wasim Akram. आप देखो वसीम आकरम भी क्या है ऐसा भाई नीचे मुंडी करके ऊपर जब आता था फट जाती थी भाई कि कैसे bowlers तो भाई next level है.
वसीम भाई शोएब भाई दोनों वहां पहुंच गए टोरंटो दे आई थिंक they're doing some events and stuff they're there for the GT20 and they have like side like you know signings and charity events and stuff that they're attending so Shoaib Akhtar and Wasim Akram if you're in Toronto you can go and meet them in these meet and greets and stuff or at least go and see them even if you go for a GT20 game they have reached over there.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
think
saw
that's attracting good amount of public, right? Like cricket-wise, Canada has been doing certain. They're trying their best to get traction from somewhere, right? Because of
yeah
whatever the situation is there. But it's good to see. I mean, for Desi public that they have over there, and I'm pretty sure आप हमारे को और बोल सकते हैं Desi public के बारे में. But
बहुत
it's
ज्यादा
just efforts अच्छा डाल रहे हैं towards
yeah,
cricket.
yeah. I mean there's a lot of interest in cricket there but again it's about you know politics wise paisa putting it in the right place and thing like वहाँ पे भी कामा
Infrastructure,
होते हैं जो इंडिया में होते so you have to at least proportionally like you know even out the money and put it in the
yeah.
right places अब उतना नहीं होता वहाँ पे they could have done better this season but it is what it is at least like you know there's some cricket to watch for the crowds.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up the 100 and what we think about it. And the first 6 games के अगर हम लोग खाली आपको brief, we give you a 5, 6 कौन सा game है? Sixth, I think. But yeah, 5 games के बाद जो situation है 100 की is basically क्या बोलते हैं अपने Trent Rockets are on top with 2 points and Welsh Fire are second, Oval Invincible are third. So and like I think अभी तक के अगर situations के हिसाब से देख रहे हैं अपन, it's क्या चल रहा मैनचेस्टर का अभी 45-1, where Josh Butler and Max Holden are on strike, and Phil Salt got out on 22. But yeah, I think format wise, it's a very good format. I'd like really want people to watch this, including myself. मेरे को तो बहुत मजा आया. Yeah, Mustafa, what are your thoughts? And top run
Yeah,
scorer right now is Chris Jordan, to be very honest.
Chris Jordan. उन्हें कल कितना मारा?
70 मारा उन्हें.
Wow. Yeah, I think yeah, we're looking forward to the game. I'm gonna watch the game now as well, so looking forward to that. And yeah, whoever is watching the 100 and Rose cricketer, at least we get to see some action. We get to see some top quality players. We're going to see players who are going to play in the World Cup, in the Asia Cup. So keep an eye on them too. We already mentioned Shaheen, Haris. There is Butler on these guys too. Shadab. At least we can keep track how they are going to do.
Sam
Of
Curran.
course, even if you're Sam Curran, even if you're an Indian fan, like you get to see these players. At least you know what to expect. Because क्या होता मालूम, I remember last Asia Cup, because I watched the PSL, because I watched the 100, I knew who Naseem Shah was, I knew
Yeah,
who
really.
Shaheen was, I knew who thing, but a lot of people didn't know. They didn't know who Shaheen, they didn't know who was Chachu, they didn't know Rizwan that much. So like एकदम से आके फिर बोलते अरे इन लोग तो जबरदस्त player है. So like if you're invested even in Indian cricket, it's good to watch these players, because then you know what to expect coming into an Asia Cup or a World Cup, because you don't play Pakistan every day, right? So this will give you some knowledge about
like
those
from an
players.
Indian point of view, अगर मैं example दे रहा हूँ Tilak Verma की, you just knew him because of IPL in a way, and you knew him
Because we
probably,
watched that,
and we
right?
watched that. Yeah,
Like now
exactly.
you
That's
know,
what.
you,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, I know Cadmore, we know
yeah.
Rosington. People
Rosington.
won't know,
Yeah,
right? Because we watch
yeah.
these tournaments. So I think watching those tournaments, then when these guys come on the international stage, we know kind of what to expect. We know
They
what
can
talent is.
acclimatize. Yeah,
Harry
yeah.
Brook, we were hyping up
We
because
still
we
hype,
saw
man.
him play.
We
Yeah,
still.
we've seen him play, and I mean, in the Ashes, he had a good Ashes too. So like we've seen him play for a while. At that time in Sunrisers, not many people knew who Harry Brook was.
And when he scored 100, everybody got flipped.
Yeah, so like that's what it is. Like if you watch these tournaments and these kind of series, you get to see the newer players when they come. You know what to expect when they come up against
Bilkul.
India. It makes it more fun as well, and at the same time, it increases your knowledge too. So no knowledge is less, right? So just keep watching and enjoy the game.
Yeah, no knowledge is less. That's very deep thought indeed. And I think with that, we'll take your leave. And yeah, tomorrow India versus West Indies, second T20I. First one was a bit disappointing with the finish that India had. Ideally, we would want them to have won, but खैर हो गया so हो गया. Up next, we move on to the next one tomorrow. We'll be there for the preview and hopefully the review. And also, we'll be talking about the Lanka Premier League also in a few days, because that is also going on where Babar Azam is playing and a few other players are playing. So Lanka Premier League भी हम लोग capture करेंगे. आज तो 100 के बारे में बात करते हैं. 100 का एक मैच चल रहा है for people just joining in. Make sure you go watch Manchester Originals is batting right now. And yes, we'll catch you tomorrow for India versus West Indies. Thank you, Musti, for joining me. And
Thank
yes,
you,
everybody
sir.
do like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Good night.